everybody, I'm Kim from Tall Mouse Creative Arts, and welcome to today's crafting challenge. Now, I said challenge for a reason, because I want you to know I put on my crafting apron, I stood tall at my kitchen sink, because that's where I do a lot of my crafting, and I read some of the comments, and people want cards, they want layouts, you're tired of cards, you don't want layouts. Does anybody do A2 cards? Do you do slim? What do you do? And you want real layouts. So I took on that crafting challenge like I was on the Chop show. And I had my apron on, I had my clock set for 30 minutes, and I opened up my basket, and I had paper, I had adhesive, and I had this die. And I stressed a moment because I'm thinking, oh, how am I ever going to make a layout with this particular die? So that is our real challenge here. Because yes, this is a die, and yes, it's a slimline size die, and you could cut it out and use it as one piece of paper as a background, put something on top of it and call it a day. But the real challenge is, how many times can you use this? And can you use it in a layout? And how can you use it in a layout? So that's what we're going to show you today. We've got cards, of course, A2 and slimline cards, and then we've got 2-page 12 by 12 double-sided or double-page layouts to show you guys today too, because we turned some of our dies, our 𝐒𝐒𝐁𝐄 slimline dies, into page layouts. So I'm very excited to show it to you. And you guys are going to be the craft judges, but you're not allowed to be too judgy. This is my first time making layouts, so no bad reviews, please. And then everything's going to be posted on the website at the end as well, and at the bottom of our website, so you can see all the layouts. So let's get started. Jim's going to tilt and then take a look at the 2-page layout, and then I'm going to explain to you guys what I did. Now, nothing is glued down because I wanted to be able to pick it up and show you guys what we did here. So I've got a black 12 by 12 paper, and I've got some fun Valentine's paper. We're going to start off with something nice and soft. 2 12 by 12s, and I trimmed them. And then I got which size photographs I actually wanted to put. And I don't know about you, but sometimes when you use up so much spots on the paper, then you can't actually see the paper, the background paper. So I purposely left an area blank so I could actually enjoy looking at some of the background paper, because you know, we all love 12 by 12 paper. And then I used the pack that you can cut out some of these easy, simple pieces to add. Now, I did not add any embellishments, glitter, rhinestones, because I wanted to show you the basics so you guys can embellish up or embellish down or keep it simple, whichever you like. Now, in order to use this particular chevron die, 𝐒𝐒𝐁𝐄 slimline die, I cut it out, but then I cut it in half down the line and then cut it in half again. So I'm going to show you what I did here, and I think Jim's going to come a little closer. I trimmed it because I love the arrows, the chevrons. They kind of look like arrows, and obviously they go with Valentine's Day. So I cut it, and then only used part of it, cut it in half, and elongated it. And then I cut out another piece of paper to put right here, and then another die I'm going to show you, and put it right here. So it completely changed. That is the die, but it completely changed the way I use it. And then that particular die is the horizontal hearts, which I just love those. And then we've got one more die I wanted to show you right here. It's a little LOVE, but you guys can use, well, that black's not going to show right there, but you can use that as a little stamp for your cards or your layout. That was just a fun little one. Now, looking at the second page of the layout, I'm going to come over here. I actually used 2 embossing folders, and then again, I used the chevron die. Now, obviously, it's not that size. I used the entire piece right here, half of it, but I did not cut it, and I put a solid piece down right here because I wanted the arrows to really pop off there, and just a small little sentiment up at the top to kind of act like a title strip. And then I'm going to remove these to show you what I did here. This, I did use one particular piece, and I cut it in half. I elongated it, and I wanted it to hang off the sides just a little bit so I could use this entire piece. And then I lined up my pieces right here. and right there. So it looks like your eye draws across, and now both pages connect together. This is the embossing folder that's got open hearts on it, so that one's really fun. And then you can obviously put your picture in there, another picture right here, and then that is, whoops, that is a different embossing folder. So 2-page layout, I used 2 particular dies, and then I used 2 embossing folders. You can still put a sentiment down here, but I just kept it really clean. And like I said, I'm just starting with a base to get you guys started. So that is the 𝐒𝐒𝐁𝐄 Slimline die chevrons. And now moving on to another, let me check my time here. Moving on to another one. All right, so this one, I wanted a softer type of look. This particular die, and you can see my little pieces are still in there. So this is Circle Edge Wavy Inside Squares. It's SJ31, and it comes as a piece like that. So I dismantled this piece because I wanted to use this particular piece. So in looking at it over here, I did my layering because I wanted this to be one page, one picture on the page. And then I cut this out, laid it right here, cut this one out, laid it right here, cut another one, broke it in half, and then split it apart so I can elongate the presentation here. And this isn't layering back up, but you guys get the idea. And then I was going to put a little sentiment just on the corner right there. Or I could chop up this Paris, put Paris right here, chop up Paris and put it right here. I've left myself room to go ahead and put embellishments, stickers, titles, any types of notes right here, or actually in the corners. You can be adding particular pieces on here. I'm just using it as another base to add and layer up. So now taking that same die over here, so I thought my picture would go here and some journaling would go here. So this particular page, or this piece right here, is that same one, different color. And then I thought I would be having some journaling and then maybe another piece right here, something out here. But I like looking at the parts of the paper and how else can you use that? And then I took another die. This would be the Eyelet Lace Edge. It is a pack of 3, but I just took this piece, which was like that, and I wanted to cut it out right here. So it correlated with this, but it is a separate, completely separate die right there. Whoop. Separate die. So I've got that guy all laid out. So if you want to back up just a minute so we can show the 2-page layout. So there's lots of options to play with this one. You can obviously cut it out using the squares on the inside as well. Now, I did cut one out so you could see the shape of it because that could go in different places. Certainly, that could go over here, add it on a sticker. You could do a triple and lay it all out. Lots of choices with that. And then now, to turn that particular die, because it is a 𝐒𝐒𝐁 Slimline die, I cut it out in a double-sided printed paper, cut it out right there. Same pack of paper. I just simply placed it on a dark so the lace would show up. And then I used one of our other dies. Oh, don't have that one. The Happy Birthday die. And then that is one of the triangles that popped out right here. Added a little picture, a sticker right there, and you've got yourself a card. So now that is using 2 dies on the 2-page layouts. 2 dies right here, the eyelet, as well as this die, and then turning it into a card as well. All right, in looking at our 3rd layout, we used this particular die. It's a thick scallop border, and it's SJ27 on the website. So why do I like this particular die? It's got a fun scallop border right there. And then the inside's got nice scallops too with a little bit of stitching. So you can do things with the whole unit as well as individual squares that pop out, but then you can use it as a unit for 3 squares in there too. So we're gonna look on this side first as to what I did because I had a rhyme and a reason why I laid it out the way I did. Now, I liked this piece of paper and I really wanted to focus on her dress and I didn't want to ignore that piece of the paper. So that's why the 2nd page is a little bit wild, but we're focusing on her dress, which is the theme to kind of tie it through here. So the squares that popped out, I put right here. We can put sentiments or stickers, or we can take that away and go ahead and put something for journaling. And then I wanted to show you what I did right here. It is the single piece, but then I took a piece of paper and I only die cut just the edge right there, and then turned around and did the other side of the paper, and then I cut it as a strip. And I laid it out like this because my main photograph is going to go in the middle, but I wanted this to tie together to connect her belt. So I'm trying to connect all the pieces of a layout right there. So that's why I've got this little piece, plus this connects to this page to tie the whole thing together. So we've got our little square that popped out, and then, you know, I like those little pieces of paper that go off of the paper pads. And then jumping to the second page of the layout, I've got your little piece right here. You could do a title strip or obviously stickers. I laid these out right here. Now, one picture is going to go here, but this is 9 spots to be putting pictures. That's a lot. That's a great support page to your one page. And I laid them out this way in particular. I was playing with it this way. Of course, you can do any type of layout you want. Now, I preferred this on that side because it helps pull your eye all the way to the entire unit. If you put it right here this way, it kind of stopped, at least the way I was looking at it. So I purposely put this guy on this side and this side and laid it out right there so your eye would draw to the end. So it creates like a bookend quality. So you look at this in totality. So I wanted to show you and explain to you why I did the layout. But take a look at this little square too. You could pop that out and put a different color, of course, there. You can use it. You don't have to use it. And then I wanted to show you one other thing. Now, I always like to take a look at the scraps, because what else can be done with this? So this was the piece that was cut out, but I didn't want to throw that away yet because I might trim that up just a little bit and actually use it as a larger piece. Maybe I want to trim it. Maybe I want to put a title strip. Maybe not there. But just don't forget about your excess pieces, because you never know. And that cut out so clean, what could I possibly use that for? So again, that's the challenge. What are we doing all these parts and pieces for, and how best can we use them all? All right, so that is our last 2-page layout I wanted to show you on that. But I want to show you guys the envelopes too, which are fabulous. These guys came in for great storage. So the smaller one fits a few of them in there, or other dies, but they're great for the Skinny Gym Slimline storage. And then this is a little bit larger one. So they're both sold individually, and then the larger one comes in a pack of 8 too. So, all right, we're going to flip our table, and you guys are going to look at this while we do that. Okay, we're back. We flipped our table. We've got 2 more 2-page layouts, and we've got some bundles in our deal. So Jim's going to tilt the camera. Let's take a look at another 2-page layout, and this one is birthday driven. Very bright colors. I went in and took a look at what I wanted to show, and I definitely wanted to have a fun birthday. So I've got 2 different dies that we used. One is smaller ruffles, 1, 2, 3. It's a nested set of 4. And then one is a giant ruffles with happy birthday in it. So this page, I just used the largest one right there. And then the paper had some of the fun stuff already. So I just trimmed it up. Again, I didn't glue anything down so you could see. But I just cut out 3 long pieces right there so I can put them as bright colors right here. And then I cut out 3 different pictures of my niece celebrating her birthday. And then her second page, I wanted to kick off the purple. So obviously I wanted that to be as the base, but then I wanted lots of fun confetti to go right here. And then this particular portion of it, I didn't use the happy birthday, but I used both sets of dies, and they cut out the trim as well as the inside. So then that's why I played with the inside being a little bit different color, just to maximize all the fun colors that could go along with that. So that's 2 different dies on 2 different pages, but together they worked well together because they're giant ruffles. And then I turned that one, the giant ruffle one in particular, into obviously a slim card vertical, so we could use that, and woohoo on that guy. And then this one, I wanted to show you. I cut out the same pictures two different sizes so you could see, you could play with the picture size. So I wasn't going to repeat that, but I wanted to show you guys to show different size pictures. And then we're going to come down a little bit. So then again, I have challenges with paper because I like to actually look at the paper. And if you cover it, then you cover all the fun stuff. So I took some of our dies. That is a die, and I used the negative part of it. I used the positive part. I'll show you on that piece in just a minute, but let's keep the camera right over here because I wanted to pull this piece up here. Where did I want to go? Oh, where did I want to put him? I wanted to get a little bit of that wording in there, accent it with a rhinestone, and then I would probably put a picture right here. I'm not too thrilled with that piece, so I would probably put pictures here, but the rest of the paper I actually wanted to highlight. But showing you that you can use the negative part too, so you can see different things in there. And then jumping to page 2, this would be a die. That's a die, that is a die, and then again, that is the die going over here, and then that's part of that particular die. Just a simple way of laying out a character page by using a couple of the dies. And then I wanted to show you using the dies. So I used our glitter paper, cutting out 2 of the dies, and then this is the postage stamp Slimline die, and I just used the edge because I wanted to make it look like a railroad. So that's what I did right there. And then that would be a slim card. And then moving over here, I thought I made an A2. I actually made a square card on this one. This is using the entire die, but the little corner of it is going to be the handle to lift it. So I just added a simple piece right there. If you pull that to open up your card. Again, I just chopped up some of the paper that I had, but I didn't want to do anything else to it because it's so cool, the paper just by itself. So I chopped up the pieces that I wanted to show, and then a little bit of news right there. So that's using dies in a couple of different ways with cards. And then those are, like I said, are going to be posted on the website as well as Instagram. So you can go ahead and copy if you'd like to do that. And then let's take a look at some bundles. We got to wrap this up in just one moment. We've got 2 adhesive bundles on the website. I'm going to run through this one really quick. This is adhesive bundle number 2. You get 4 different types of dots and squares. You get 6 tape runners. You get the glue, residue eraser, stencil tape, a zip dry, an 𝐒𝐿, a sand eraser, and then you get 1 of every zig. The broad, they're all 2-way, the broad tip, the fine tip, the chisel, and the squeeze and roll. And that is on sale for $35, adhesive bundle number 2. And then we've got another one on the website, bundle number 1, but we're only going to show you number 2 right now. And then this guy decided to, my little thing dismantled. Spring Glitz and Glamour bundle. We've got 5 Wink Stellas, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 packs of rhinestones. And that guy's on sale for $28, and that is a great deal. Get you your clear, nice spring colors to get going and lots of rhinestones with butterflies to have some fun with. Okay, you guys are going to look at the deal, and we are going to be 30%, well, you guys are going to be 30% off metal dies. That will be discounted automatically. To get the rest of the discount, you do need to use the code. 20% off the rest of the site, off regularly priced products, no double dipping. Use code LOVE21, all caps. Run it together, LOVE21. Our website, free shipping over $59, and the sale is valid until the 10th. And then again, like and follow us on Facebook so you can see all the projects. See you next time.